What's going on, guys? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it is time to take a look at the proposed gear set changes in the upcoming earth-shaking update 1.4 that was announced today to be going live on October 25th for The Division. Keep in mind, this is what the possible changes could be, as this is a preliminary list, and Massive could tweak these even further prior to launching update 1.4. This is episode 2 of this 13-part series, as I do not want to upload a 30 to 40 minute video with all 13 gear sets at once. In case you missed it, in episode 1 I reviewed the Striker's battle gear, and make sure and check the video description for a link to that video. Most of the gear sets have been changed, with some of the sets receiving heavy buffs and others nerfed in an attempt to get them all back onto an even playing field, so to speak. Also, while I have been commentating, the general gear set changes have been posted on the screen, including changes to the 2 and 4 piece sets and maximum level caps. And with all of this out of the way, let's get into the individual gear set changes. This episode will focus on my current favorite gear set, the Tactician's Authority. When patch 1.1 was introduced and we got our first taste of the Falcon's Lost Incursion, players started receiving pieces to this gear set for defeating the APC. Tactician's Authority is still a valuable set to own, as it boosts the overall effectiveness of your entire squad. Through the use of the enhanced skill power and reduced skill timers, the competent Tactician's Authority player could effectively support the fire team by not only boosting damage output through the use of pulse, but also serve as a damage mitigation tool that could either be a strong, dedicated healer or as a tank to arm devices and in-game activities. The current stats for the Tactician's Authority gear set are as follows. The 2-piece bonus grants you a flat 4,000 skill power, the 3-piece bonus gives you 20% skill haste, and the 4-piece bonus unlocks the Tactician's Authority perk, which for every 60,000 damage your group deals adds 1% skill power to you for a max of 100% bonus. The bonus is reduced by 1% for every second the group is not dealing damage. With the proposed changes, the 2-piece bonus is 10% skill haste, the 3-piece bonus grants 10% skill power, and the 4-piece bonus is now based on bullets landed instead of group damage dealt. For every bullet your group lands on a hostile, it adds 0.2% to you for a max of 30%. Bonus lasts for 10 seconds of not being refreshed or 10 seconds of being at max. I initially took a look at the changes and said, oh well, and have pretty much given up on the Tactician's Authority gear set. The first 2 talents have pretty much stayed the same, with the skill haste now being reduced by a flat 10%, and the skill power boost is a percentage instead of 4,000 base skill power points. If you think of it in raw numbers, assuming that your character has a base skill power rating of 40,000 times 10% equals 4,000, which is the same as the current flat 4K bonus. Where the proposed gear set skill power percentage starts to progress is above the 40k electronics plateau, as if you had a character with 60,000 base skill power times the 10% bonus, you gain a flat 6,000 skill power, and you see the point. The drastic change is to the Tactician's Authority perk itself. With the current meta, if your group was involved in a hectic incursion firefight and your character has a base of 60,000 in electronics, assuming that your fire team can deal 60k in damage out quickly, your character could gain up to 100% more skill power and take our example of 60k up to a skill power of 120,000. With the changes in update 1.4, your fire team would need to land 150 shots on enemies, as the 30% max cap bonus divided by 0.2 equals 150 to reach your skill power cap. Using the same example of your character with a base skill power of 60k, your character, once the Tactician's Authority perk was maxed, would now only reach a maximum skill power of 78,000. Now I know what you were thinking, and I did the same when I first saw the changes, but remember that talents have boost caps, where say the Pulse or Smart Cover are completely maxed due to your skill power. Many times agents were completely focused on raw skill power points and never realized that the talents that they were using were completely maxed due to them having a gross excess in electronics. My overall impression for the Tactician's Authority changes are a mixed bag of letdown coupled with, yeah, it makes sense. I like the idea of the bonus 10-second timer so that you can wait for the ideal time to fire off your skills, and I can see why the devs moved the stack boost from fireteam damage to bullets landed, as there will be changes to the damage figures once update 1.4 drops. But, and there will always be a but, the changes will completely remove Tactician's authority for solo gameplay due to the fact that you will never be able to land 150 shots on enemies to fully maximize your skill power stacks. It still could be a valuable gear set to have on max level incursions as a healer, and that is why I would rate it as a middle tier gear set to have and farm in update 1.4. As always, I would love to hear what you thought about the possible gear set changes for Tactician's Authority and my gear set review. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with either a thumbs up or down, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my weapon reviews in your life, follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. I'm very proud about all of the work I have put into my entire The Division Weapon Review playlist, and it really is the most comprehensive and accurate Division Weapon Review playlist on YouTube. So, if there is any weapon in the Division you have questions about, look no further than my reviews to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, for my channel, likes, comments, subs are loved. Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.